Greetings, everyone. This is Mike Wright, the Astro Sherpa, dropping in with the spatial report. The webs we weave. We're going through the gauntlet. So the moon has crossed over Pluto in Capricorn and is now in Aquarius. So this is going to be some high frequencies dropping into reality. So there's going to be some revelations about the massive web of, lies, deceit, corruption, the dark parts of power, and those who have sold out our power system. So I'm going to show you the moon getting ready to peak later today when you wake up. Rabbit. So if you understand and heard of the Lion's Gate 8-8, today's the real Lion's Gate. The sun is at 8 degrees. August, 8th month. Today is the 1st, so 8 times 1 is 8. So the real 8, that's a double 8. So when these people talk about August 8th, it's a little too late. You've fallen behind because you were sleepy. The early bird gets the worm. So when we have knowledge, this is always added to. That's the golden beauty of learning. But you have to apply your knowledge and get your little fingers burnt sometimes. You microwave something a little too fast and you pull it out of the oven and that freaking plate or whatever is scorching hot. That's the power of Pluto. Pluto is like the power that makes water molecules vibrate intensely. It's where nuclear power comes from, hidden power. The sudden burst and release of stored energy. So when we crack open the natural things, the natural laws are broken, massive amounts of energy is released. So this happens in a natural process throughout our universe. So the universe is constantly building new stars and, exploding old ones. And we might get to see in this lifetime Betelgeuse blow up. Poor little Betelgeuse. So, these are things that we put a spider up into the dark matter. Everybody needs to readjust their thinking about space. So, we talk about the Space Force or space, exploration. Space is dark matter. It's literally the opposite of light matter. So when dark matter and light matter meet, that's annihilation, black hole. So the energy gets sucked through a black hole and goes to another dimension. So when energy, they've shown like 2 black holes colliding recently. It's so wild. You literally see time stretched out in a funnel. And it gets slower and slower as you spin through this super intense, event horizon. So we've been flying through time recently and it's getting ready to slow way down. With all these planets are going to come right into our, Earth motion, what we call retrograde. So the whole universal concept of energy is push-pull, breathe in, breathe out. Changing states of energy are represented by these elements. We put these in categories. so that we can understand the universal law and how this law flows. So these things are eternal. They've been looked at and analyzed and studied. You know, this is all mathematical equations. So we apply our right brain, the creative side of our existence, to this linear mathematical form, put in a circle so we can see it repeat over and over. So an algorithm put in place that repeats, so we can see the patterns and then understand and then evolve. We create new algorithms, new patterns. So this is the awakening to your physical structure. Saturn and the moon, these two exchange data all the time. So memory and feelings, emotions. So when you hear a song you love, or you hear somebody speak you love, you store that in your memories. You know, memories you wish to access. So this is a part of the mind that you reinforce and you give it energy. You give it presence. So the artificial programming world, the web woven right now by the artificial and all these satellites that are being put up in space, you know, these are artificial moons, and they can project anything they want into reality. So the moon itself is an artificial satellite. So you need to wake up to that fact, and that's why it was called the man on the moon. You know, some people used to think it was a big ball of cheese. Dragon comes along, needs a little nibble here and there, and then he doesn't like the cheese, so he starts spitting it back up. You've seen all the cats, you know, hacking up a fur ball. So when the dragon eats too much, you know, our ego desire, you know, our stomachs, you know, our mouth's bigger than our stomach, we become miserable. And Saturn's like, dude, do that. You exceeded your boundaries. So your stomach is bulging. You're like, oh, why do I feel bad? I've been programmed to want to eat the best food and, you know, just eat and whatever, consume, and I can't get enough. And this is the same with everything. You're being programmed to constantly have an impulse or desire to be somewhere else. So this moon is running the gauntlet right now of these higher frequencies. So the moon coming over Pluto is exposing the dark web of corruption and lies. So a spider puts that web out, and the web is like this big antenna. You know, it's vibrating. So it picks up on these subtle energies coming and going. So if a fly comes along, the buzzing of its wings gets the spider excited, so it starts to salivate. It feels its prey nearby. And then that fly doesn't see the little sticky web and flies right into it. Ooh, poor fly. Now the fly's entangled in the web of lies and deceit. And suddenly the spider comes along and gives it a little shot. Ooh. And the victim doesn't die. It just gets, you know, paralyzed. And then is frozen. So that spider keeps its victims alive and in a state of paralysis, frozen in fear, so it can feed on it at its own will. in its good time. So folks, the darkness, trying to keep those who are confused and ignorant of who they really are in the darkness, they're trying to paralyze you in your fear so they can feed on you. That's energetic vampires. So wake up, tune in. This is your chance to break free. Once again, August 1st, 8-1. So 8 times 1's an 8. The sun's at 8 degrees, 49 minutes currently, but by the time you wake up, it'll be at 9 degrees. But this gateway is open through lunchtime today, technically till midnight, but really until high noon today. So this is a chance for you to tap in and understand your energetic presence, how you energize the body through food, through contact with others, through exercise. You get energy many different ways. So when you see your clothes tumbling around in the dryer and you forgot to put the little dryer sheet in there, all that does is discharge static electricity. Then suddenly your clothes will stick to you. So that shows you the magnetic attractions. So if we are in a low vibe state, we become sticky, to those low, ugly frequencies, and man, they'll fly right to you, and you'll find yourself in sticky situations all the time. So you got to clean up your vibrational frequencies. The mother's heartbeat is the Schumann frequency of the earth, 7.53. So when you were in your mother's womb, you were tuned in to that frequency. We all spoke that same frequency, every one of us here. So this is what has changed when you are cast out into this form, thrown out of the womb. That was your first death. Now you're literally looking around like, what the hell? So the awakening is you tuning back into your presence, your mental power of programming your own life. So you start with self-love, the heart, right here. So if you were emotionally eating, this is patterns of the wounded mother, the wounded feminine, this toxic fear that one day the provider would be killed, run away, whatever, and left you hanging at home with mouths to feed. So this is trauma, like deep trauma of the wounded feminine. So this is what Venus retrograde is going to look at, the heart space where the feminine really wants to be. They've been out in the work world for a whole cycle of generations now. So they've seen the good, bad, and ugly of leadership, corporate, government, school systems. And it's probably disheartening to see these structures in corruption because the old power players, are gone. They left the systems in place, but those running the show now, this is not how their energetic fields are built. So it's massive corruption. So we all have to get a handle on our energetic presence personally and then vibrate it out to the community. The James Webb, Space Telescope just showed us a beautiful picture of Saturn in the infrared color range. So Saturn's rings came alive, but the planet itself had this murky brown color. And what's wild is Saturn has this huge lug nut shape on it. Look it up. It's literally the hexagon. So this is why, Saturn, the jewel of the universe, this was known as Bina, the mother of the children, or where the souls are stored. So this is where old memory, Saturn, what we know as Father Time, exchanges with the moon. Right here, reflects down into 3D reality, the earth plane. So that's why the ancients used geocentric, and that, the sun revolved around the earth. So this was all just misconstrued perceptions and planes of understanding. So the darkness always wants you to never know your true frequency and where you are in space-time. So space, or dark matter, is separated by time, or a degree, a number. So that's why Bitcoin and these crypto markets, those are 20-digit prime numbers. And they're constantly hunting for them because they have a vibrational frequency power. So that's where the value lies, but nobody knows what that means yet. So that's why it's called crypto. Cryptography that's what's hidden, aka the occult. So we're going to see a massive change in the monetary system, and that which has been hidden from the public in the exchange of goods and services, and what's coming. The new system they want to try to put everybody on, this takes away your freedom and independence, to freely exchange goods in an open market without restriction. So that was the old free market system. So communism, or one world order, or whatever version of fascism or control, from the elite. This is the big power play going on right now in the whole world. So America needs to remain independent and free of that process. So those looking to buy a corporation do everything possible to weaken the corporation first. So they start by spreading rumors and corrupt the products, the supply, the power supply, the people that work there. This is all, you just slowly corrupt it, and you make it so that corporation is, suddenly not the strong, proud, build it, independent, quality, everybody's pumping it all together to create this incredible product. Suddenly the product's diminished. There's no pride. There's no effort being put because it's just another day at the factory. We're not free to do anything. We got to clock in and clock out. We got to take our benefits they give us. Oh, by the way, the benefits come with a booster shot. That'll get you going. Might be a little bonus in the paycheck. But that won't cover the inflation, so don't worry about it. You're going backwards anyway. So wake up Tune into the power of recognition of where your heart belongs. Put your life in order. Start there. Clean up your personal space. Clean up your personal self. If your hair, your clothes are dirty, disheveled, this is disorder, chaos. Some people like chaos. There's chaos magic. But all that does is destroy you. It's destruction. Chaos is what tears everything apart. At first, it feels good because it gives you exactly what you want. But in the end, you will be destroyed. So it's through order that you transmute these dark thoughts, dark powers, dark energies into the structure that will contain power that gets you back to the light. So we're building spaceships, to get back to the land of the living. So you own the spacesuit now, but it's been corrupted. So all you have to do is just go back to school and tune into your awareness and rediscover yourself and your senses. So let's go see this moon running the gauntlet. Might even get a shot of Saturn. So this, we're fortunate with Jupiter and Mars in this nice alignment which favors Jupiter. Lots of energy and knowledge to put everything in order, to see through the web of deceit. We can cut out the corruption and build new structure around the parts that are no longer serving the welfare of the whole. So when there's a minority corruption and it's just eating away and we let it continue to eat away, then the whole structure will fail. That doesn't have to happen. Anyway, let's go look out here and see what the moon and Saturn are doing, and even Jupiter. So these planets are for our awareness. That moon is wild. So it's building up big steam here. And Aquarius is the wacky, the eccentric, the crazy and unique, the freak flag. So when you hear fly your freak flag, there you go. So this is one of the biggest full moons of your new life. But you have to tune in the higher frequencies. Let go of, the stuff that just makes your heart break. Because there's a lot of heartbreak going on. So understand the real reason why people's, health is declining. It's because of frequencies. So the big, scam cover-up of artificial science, it's the real stuff going on right now, and I'm going to show it to you. Okay? This moon's revealing it right now, right here. But you all will have to do your own homework to truly understand what's happening. Okay? Right there. That hadn't turned on yet, but when it does, you're gonna see a massive slaughter because it's in the range from your heart to your brain. So people, we have to wake up before it's too late. Take your own power back so they don't bleed you like a little fly stuck in their web. Wake up. Any way you go, I hope you're well. Astro Sherpa out.